The woman was trapped in a pitch-dark room by a deranged man. At first, she thought he was after money and naively asked him how much ransom he wanted, but he just shook his head, smirking, and said, "Take your clothes off." Terrified, she begged him to let her go. Instead, he coldly replied, "You're not the first one to beg me." He was a repeat offender, and the fact that she was the only one left in that room meant the others had already been taken care of. Desperate, she lied and said she needed to use the bathroom. Shockingly, he stepped aside and let her move, but just as she reached the door, he shoved her hard against it, slamming her back. He didn't attack right away though. He wanted to play with her first, so he let her live a little longer. When daylight broke, she looked around the sealed room and felt her hope slipping away. The only door was locked tight. Peering through the keyhole, she saw the key was actually stuck on the outside. But how could she reach it? Then she spotted a nail in one of the wooden posts. Wrapping her coat around it, she pried it out, then slid the coat under the door crack, using the nail to poke the key loose. When the key fell, it landed on the coat, and she carefully pulled it back. She finally had her way out. Quietly, she unlocked the door and crept upstairs into a shabby wooden cabin. That was when she heard him return. There was no time to escape, so she quickly slipped into a small side room. He pushed the door open, but luckily didn't notice her. The small room's door was stuck, leaving just a narrow gap. She held her breath, frozen with fear. Then his phone rang. His voice softened in a way that sent chills down her spine. He was talking to his wife and kid. At home, he was a doting husband and father. When the call ended, he headed downstairs to continue tormenting her. As soon as she heard the basement door creak open, she bolted, dashing out of the cabin barefoot. Her shoes had been taken away. She tore through the woods, branches cutting her feet while he chased after her. She stumbled, a branch stabbing clean through her foot, but she kept running until a rushing river blocked her path. With him closing in, she had no choice. She hurled herself into the water. The current swept her downstream until the water finally calmed enough for her to crawl ashore, utterly exhausted. But she wasn't safe yet. Limping on a stick, every step agony, she pressed deeper into the forest. Then came footsteps. She ducked behind a tree and swung her stick wildly when someone approached, only to realize she had struck an old hunter. Panicked, she apologized and begged for his help, saying a man was after her. The hunter was skeptical, but pulled out his phone, only to find it broken from her earlier strike. Still, seeing her desperate state, he decided to help. He handed her a pair of shoes and drove her toward safety. But not far down the road, a fallen tree blocked the path, deliberately placed there. Sure enough, a familiar Jeep pulled up behind them. The man climbed out, pretending to call the cops, claiming he was her brother. She screamed that he was a monster. The hunter hesitated. She did look unhinged. Taking advantage, the man tried to drag her off. Her frantic struggles only made her seem crazier. She shouted at the hunter to call the police. Finally, he snapped out of it and reached for the man's phone. Realizing he'd been exposed, the man suddenly lunged, beating the hunter savagely before seizing his gun and killing him. Once again, she fled into the forest, but the woods seemed endless. No matter how far she ran, she couldn't get out. Soon enough, the Jeep appeared again. While he was busy burying the hunter's body, she slipped into his car, frantically searching for keys but finding only a phone. When she heard him returning, she dove into the trunk, holding her breath as he drove off to continue his search. She quietly used the phone to dial 911, whispering for them to track her